stomp you out. Came with all my goons, we gon' thug it out. Go ahead, bust a move, we gon' stomp you out. Came with all my goons, we gon' thug it out. Throw your hood up, go ahead and rep your city. Throw your hood up, go ahead and rep your.
What's up, Fight Fam, and welcome to Boxing Bros. I want to say a few things. One, I want to say that my heart's with my brothers and sisters in Nigeria. Two, Lakers, baby, world champs. You already know what it is. Trill called it early, said it was a wrap. You know what I mean? And you know what it is. Trill said that the Lakers weren't getting swept in the first round, and he predicted it was over. And guess what? It was over. I'm Caden. I'm here with my co-host. I'll let them introduce themselves.
What's going on, everybody? This is Trill Nostradamus.
Yo, this is
Hey, he predicted Wilder was going to get Malik, too.
hey, shoot.
See, you got to get
What else did Trill predict? The Fury Wilder fight ain't gonna happen till 120. What? 20?
He predicted that Dillian wasn't going to get his shot when everyone thought Dillian was going to get his shot. You know what? Your eyes may be low. The Trill is on to something.
It may be low, but the eyes know. You know what I'm saying?
The eyes know.
They may be low, but the eyes know.
Did everybody introduce themselves?
Nah. Yeah. Go ahead, G. You didn't go?
Oh, this is G.
And you know it's me. It's the TD, baby. What up, word? How y'all doing?
All right, so the first topic we're going to discuss is breaking news. Well, not really, but it's coming from a reliable source. As early as 3:15 p.m. in the U.S., ESPN, an article by Steve Kim wrote the third matchup between WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder will not be Fury's next fight, according to top-ranked boxing CEO and founder Bob Arum. After Fury defeated Wilder back in February 22nd, it was widely reported that there was an agreement for them to meet again in a trilogy bout later in 2020. Fury and Wilder fought to a draw in December 2018. In their initial meeting, a July date was scheduled but was then called off due to the coronavirus pandemic. Fury Wilder 3 was then penciled in for December 19th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, but when the decision was made to move off that date as well, circumstances shifted drastically. We cannot get an appropriate date until it was next year, Tyson Fury said. No, I want to fight in December. And so that's what we arranged in England, Arum told ESPN. As for Wilder and the clause for the third meeting, Arum said simply, we had a contract, but it expired. When ESPN contacted Shelly Finkel, who represents Wilder, he responded to Arum's comment by stating he's entitled to his opinion. He can think anything he wants, says Finkel, that Wilder is currently training and getting prepared for his next bout. Deontay and I would like to have the next fight as planned against Fury. We'll fight him any date, any place, said Finkel. When asked if Fury Wilder 3 could take place in the first half of 2021, Arum said, sure, Kubrat Pulev is going to knock out Anthony Joshua. Then Wilder is the best opponent next up for Fury. So, this going into Pulev. But anyways, what we really care about is the official report reported by ESPN from Bob Arum's mouth that the fight's off. They got something going in England, saying that the fight's going to take place in England and that the contract between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury has expired. And Shelly saying he can think whatever he wants, but we're still training for the fight. We'll fight him anytime, any place. Trill dollar bill. What are your thoughts on all this?
I got to get the shirts ready. I got to get the shirts ready. Poor Wilder. Poor Wilder. Poor Wilder. Listen, he tried to postpone this butt whooping for as long as he could. It got to the point where they was like, enough's enough. you know? And Shelly's going to say what Shelly's supposed to say. But Deontay Wilder isn't saying nothing. All these people were saying something. Deontay Wilder is saying nothing. He's probably thinking if he doesn't say anything, that it probably just go away. Wishful thinking on Deontay Wilder's part, but this is crazy. I had got a phone call from my sources. They were telling me that the fight wasn't going to happen in February. Now I'm hearing this news that fight ain't going to happen at all. This is crazy. And Deontay Wilder's, kudos to you. Kudos to you for realizing what Adrian said to Rocky. You can't win. You can't win. You seen him. You seen how strong he is. Man, I'm done. I'm done with Deontay Wilder and her drama, his drama. I'm done. I'm done.
Resident Wilder fan G, how do you feel about this news?
Well, now that it's officially not gonna happen, I'm actually happy. 100 with y'all. That means Wilder, you still got hope, baby. You know what I mean? Like, you got more time to fine tune your craft. You know, like, you know, you got time. I felt like I was nervous. I'm gonna keep it 100. I was extremely nervous. Then when I heard Malik is now an assistant coach, I was like, yo, man, I don't know, Wilder, bro. You getting me nervous. You know, I was on the edge, bro. I was like, ugh. But now that I hear this fight's not happening, it was a blessing in disguise, man. Yo, Wilder, it ain't no poor Wilder for me. This is God bless Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Like, first got my man's back. You know, this gives him more time to prepare. You know, this gives him like more time to even recover. Like, that punishment was extreme. And if this bicep tear is real, you know, that's like a 4-month, 5-month recovery if you're not taking the juice. So, you know, if they rushed it and they were like, hey, you're going in December, bro, that means Wilder will be fighting with one arm. So, to me, it didn't even make sense.
He is. He's been fighting with one arm. I'm sorry, G. You left yourself open.
Yeah, you got that. Nah, but man, listen, if I was Wilder and his team, man, I'd be counting my blessings right now because I felt like the way this whole story is planning out, it would take a real miracle for Wilder to beat Tyson Fury in that trilogy. But because it's not happening, man, there's still opportunities out there for Wilder. He can still take up other fights, you know, hopefully. No, I'm not going to say hopefully, but because I want AJ to win. But let's just say Fury beats AJ and becomes undisputed. Maybe by the grace of their relationship, Fury goes, hey, you know what, Wilder, I'll give you another chance. And then Wilder can have an opportunity to be undisputed or at least become champ again in the near future. But as of right now, I ain't gonna front. I was nervous. As a Wilder fan and a Wilder supporter, my faith was wavering. You know what I mean? But now I got hope again, man. I'm back on Team Wilder 1000. I got faith all over again. My man got time.
Wilder's gonna knock out 2 stiffs, and G's gonna get so excited again. Back to
right
up there,
baby.
mega smack. You see the right hand of God.
God is back, son.
All right, Ned.
Man, it looks like Wilder actually took G's advice, man. G was advising this man to take the step aside money and take
he ain't take no step aside now. He should.
I know he just stepped aside. He literally just stepped aside and let it came down to the last minute to let we know we ain't getting AJ Fury in December, but now we know we can have this fight sometime next year, maybe first half of 2021 or second half. But shout out to Wilder for making a smart decision. Him rushing back when he was still concussed or not even himself, after that first fight, after the second fight, and took that automatic signed the rematch clause. We all knew it was trouble for this man, and you know, all this time he was blessed with, and we still knew it was trouble for this man. Maybe G had a little, like a tiny bit of hope that Wilder could land some type of furious right hand on Tyson Fury's jaw, but you know, we all knew the truth, and it's just shocking. I didn't even know this news broke to Boxing Bros. So seeing this is crazy, and I'm shocked. Like it's not gonna happen. I had a feeling it wasn't, but now that you know it's not, it's like Wilder will ride off into the sunset. And if we hear from him again, it's gonna be whatever. You know, at this point, the pressure's off of his chest. He doesn't have to like live up to people's expectation anymore. We are who we thought you. You are who we know you are. So that's all I have to say.
He was trying to do the Denny Green.
Yeah.
They are who we thought they were. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's all for me. It's still shocking. It's crazy, man. Man, shout out to Tyson Fury and AJ. Yo. Let's get great boxing back.
Well, I'm not surprised at all. I think I said it before, he should just take the step aside money. It takes a special kind of person to get back into the ring with someone like Fury after they took a spanking like that. Typically, when you see rematches, there's some indication that the fight was close. Or one, for example, Dillian White getting back in the ring with Povetkin. You can see why he would want to get back in the ring with Povetkin. Although he was knocked out viciously, he was winning before the knockout. He had dropped Povetkin twice, and he was winning. He was dominating until he got hit with one punch. He can hang his hat on that. That's what he's hanging his hat on. He's hanging his hat on Povetkin landed the punch from the gods, right? The punch from the gods, not meaning it was a lucky punch for people who misinterpret it, but he landed the perfect punch at the right time, as if he was blessed with that shot, right? That's what it means by a punch from the gods. So Povetkin landed the punch from the gods. So in Dillian's mind, I can go into this rematch, outbox him, be sharper, stay more alert, and prepare for the uppercuts. I can win. So you can see why he would want that rematch, right? Because he has something he can hang his hat on. Deontay Wilder going into the second fight with Fury, he can hang his hat on the fact that, yeah, he outboxed me, the majority of the rounds, but I dropped him twice. When I touch him with my right hand, he falls like all the other stiffs that I fought before him. But what happened in the trilogy? He touched Fury with the right hand. He touched Fury with the right hand again. And then Fury started touching him with his right hand. And then Wilder tasted the canvas from punch to the face. Then he tasted the canvas from a body shot. He had nothing to hang his hat on in that second fight. What can Wilder look to for the trilogy that really would give him some hope and some faith? Which now explains why there was all this nonsense and all this riffraff coming out about Glovegate, dents in the head, objects in the glove, people spiking water. All this was a distraction, right? And the distraction's really kind of working because now when he doesn't step in the ring with Fury for the trilogy, his fan base is going to be like, why would he fight that cheater again? But he cheated, he did all this, right? And then also the way they did it was to make it look like Wilder didn't duck him. Because now it's going to look like Fury just said, you know what, I'm done with you, I'm moving on. And then Wilder and Finkel's like, no, we'll fight him anytime, any place. Except you won't. Finkel, who you think you're dealing with? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what boxing has turned to. And this is what I don't like. Instead of proving it in the ring, all you have to do is win the battle of perception. So I see Mike Tyson at a nightclub, and I'm like, fight me, Mike. When you going to give me a shot, Mike? And I got the cameras rolling. Everyone's like, he called out Mike. Mike didn't want none. As if they could fight right then and there, right? I'm going to go on Twitter. Tell Mike to pick up the phone. I'm ready for Mike. In the meantime, I'm fighting bums the entire time. Everyone else is ducking me, except they all fighting each other. Everyone's fighting each other. Joshua fighting everybody, but somehow he's afraid of Wilder. other guys in the 147-pound division fighting each other. Somehow they're afraid of one fighter. This is what I'm talking about. It's perception. So Shelly Finkel knows this. So what's the number one thing Shelly Finkel says? He knows the contract is up. He knows they were more than reasonable. He says they can say whatever they want, but Wilder's training right now to fight Fury, and we'll fight him anytime, any place. How about next Saturday then? How about December 19th? You could have announced the fight. You had a venue. You could have made it happen December 19th. Why is it now, today, when Fury announces that he's moving on, because you guys, now you're ready and you'll announce it anytime, any place?
Yo, my man's bicep just healed, bro. We ready.
Yeah.
We back. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously, after Fury's ready to move on, that's when his bicep healed. Because it's all about perception. That's what people don't get. So now, as soon as Fury signs to fight someone else, that's when you're going to hear Wilder's team like, oh, we were ready. They knew Wilder was in good shape. They knew. See, that's why it went from Glovegate to him getting beat up to, oh, he's in the best shape of his career. Oh, he's getting ready to train. He's got new training. So now what they're going to say is he was in the best shape of his career. He was ready to go. He was ready to do all this. And all that's going to do is build up the fan base. And what they're going to do, they're going to find some heavyweight who hasn't been competitive in 6 years, who probably has 2 broken bones in his face, and then they're going to throw him in the ring with Wilder. And all the Wilder fans are going to get all hyped up. Like, well, this guy was good. This guy beat a legitimate heavyweight 6 years ago.
You sure we talking about Wilder?
I'm putting it all in because this is what it's all about, man. This is what I don't like about boxing. Wilder didn't want the fight. If Wilder wanted to fight and he was really ready to fight anytime, any place, the place was Allegiant Stadium on December 19th, brother. That's what we were all expecting. We've been reporting this months ago. So why is it today Wilder say, Finkel, oh, he's ready to fight anytime, any place? Lies, more lies. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the type of stuff that ruins boxing. And that's why for me, it was simple. And I said it before. Trill called it. But what I say, this is about the contract expiring. As soon as that contract expires, and they're letting Wilder know. They were letting Wilder know. They sent him warning shots. When this contract expires, we're moving on. And Wilder knew it. He knew he had a slim time frame to either announce the fight and sign the fight Fury on December 19th, or they were going to move on. He didn't do it. He didn't want the fight. So now that they're moving on, Finkel, Wilder and his team and everyone else is going to be acting like Wilder wanted to fight. They're going to try to make it look like Fury ran because he didn't want to give Wilder the trilogy. But if you know, you know. And this is what I'm talking about. You have to see through that. You have to be smart enough to know it was BS. Wilder, again, makes another bad decision, business decision because he could have stepped aside months ago, got paid millions. Wilder and Fury could have been getting it on December 12th before. Huh?
You said Wilder, but I know.
But yeah, Joshua and Fury could have been getting it on December 12th before either of them could have got stripped for a belt. Right before, and then we could have had Undisputed already, and that fight could have already been sold, and he could have had some bread in his pocket. But see, Wilder's not about the money. He's about perception. As long as it's perceived to be a certain way, then that's what it is. But you know what? For everyone, speaking this baddest man on the planet stuff, and I'm going to close with this. Would the baddest man on the planet let his rematch clause expire without trying to get his belt back?
Let us know what you think. Please check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And also check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.
Catch me creeping down the dark street. This is where me and the zombies meet. Guarantee we all gonna eat. It's Zombie Ray again with HD. I'm a zombie in the night, you better run from me. Zombie Ray in the house, you better run, homie. Brought a mask and some gloves with some thugs with me. I came to do damage, you wanna purge with me. Super Saiyan zombie, I'll be